I'm just about to do some repairs on an old Polycom HDX 7000 system where the EagleEye camera is developing bad spots on the imaging sensor. Here we see the camera view. It's set to near mode, and what I've done is I put a really heavy multi-layer black cloth over the top of the camera and then put a cable around it. So the front of the lens is right here, and there is just nothing that can penetrate through that cloth. So it is very well protected from getting any light exposed to it. So what you see on the screen here, these little white spots, these are dead spots in the camera sensor. And these spots are visible when you're doing programs. You can see these right in the middle of the screen. They are irritating, and it's just a natural problem that cameras will develop defects as they age. The solution to this is there's a debug procedure that can detect any white in the image, and then it will smear it out. It's like putting a little dot of ink over the top of it, and it will also do what's called interpolation, where if it knows that this spot is dead, it will spread the color across it to cover it up. So the camera is still dead in that spot, but at least you don't notice that it's blind right there. So there's just multiple of them on this camera sensor. So there's a process that you do, that you remotely log into the Polycom through a telnet session with the administrative password for the HDX. And so here we are. We're looking at the telnet screen. When you're connected to the camera or to the Polycom through telnet, it'll display debug information while it's running. Okay, so I've got the camera darkened and blotted out so that no other light can get to it, because if any room light were to get to it, basically the whole camera sensor would kill itself. So you want it to be as dark as possible. If I really wanted to be careful, I'd turn off the lights here, but I'm fairly certain I've got it very, very dark with that multi-layer cloth. Okay, so now we're going to paste in the command here. Camera test, debug, JVC 0, set pix comp. Now we press enter and watch what happens. Boop. Camera test command, request pixel compensation, detect, get acknowledgement message, camera response, JVC executed, okay. All right, so let's see what is on the display now. Ooh, look, the display is now completely black. So it found all those dead spots and blacked them out. Okay, and then as the final step here, we turn off the unit and restart. And then after this, it's fixed. And that's all it takes. But you have to make sure that you completely cover the camera with a very heavy, completely light blocking shield, or this process will damage the camera. I don't know if it's possible to recover from doing this if it can see more than the actual internal white spots on the screen. So this is something you have to be very cautious about doing, trying to fix these old cameras.